Okay, hi guys. So here is my quote section from the Shatter Me series. I'm going to be starting off with Unravel Me, then move into Destroy Me and Fracture Me, and then I will do Ignite Me. Don't have Shatter Me with me, so I can't do quotes from there, which I'm really bummed about, but you know, it's okay. Okay, so Unravel Me is going to be a lot longer than Ignite Me. I just counted. We got this compared to this. So if you want to skip around to the page 12. As if time were the kind of thing you could run out of, as if it were measured into bowls and were handed to us at birth, and if we ate too much or too fast or right before jumping into the water, then our time would be lost, wasted, already spent. But time is beyond our infinite comprehension. It's endless. It exists outside of us. We cannot run out of it or lose track of it or find a way to hold on to it. Time goes on even when we do not. Page 59. And it's strange because it's like a real thing, this anger. I feel it wrapping itself around my fingers like I could fling it at his face. I feel it coiling itself around my spine, planting itself in my stomach and shooting branches down my legs, up my arms, through my neck. It's choking me because it needs release, needs relief, needs it now. Page 61. It's like I've been stuffed full of twigs, and all I have to do is bend, and my entire body will break. All this guilt, the anger, the frustration, the pent-up aggression inside of me has found an outlet, and now it can't be controlled. Energy is coursing through me with a vigor I've never felt before, and I'm not even thinking, but I have to do something. I have to touch something, and I'm curling my fingers and bending my knees and pulling back my arm and punching my fist right through the door. Low intense, Juliet, low intense. Page 78. I feel myself begin to blush, and I wonder at my inability to be so free with words and feelings. I wonder at my incapacity for easy banter, smooth conversation, empty words to fill awkward moments. I don't have a closet filled with ums and ellipses ready to insert at the beginning and end of sentences. I don't know how to be a verb, an adverb, any kind of modifier. I'm a noun through and through, stuffed so full of people, places, things, and ideas that I don't know how to break out of my own brain, how to start a conversation. I want to trust, but it scares the skin off my bones. One of my favorites. Loneliness is a strange sort of thing. It creeps up on you quiet and still, sits by your side in the dark, strokes your hair as you sleep. It wraps itself around your bones, squeezing so tight you almost can't breathe. It lies in your heart, lies next to you at night, leeches the light out from every corner. It's a constant companion, clasping your hand only to yank you down when you're struggling to stand up. And even when you're ready to let go, when you're ready to break free, when you're ready to be brand new, loneliness is an old friend standing beside you in the mirror, looking you in the eye, challenging you to live your life without it. You can't find the words to fight yourself, to fight the words screaming that you're not enough, never ever enough. Loneliness is a bitter, wretched companion. Sometimes it just won't let go. Ooh, one of my favorites. Sometimes I wonder about glue. No one ever stops to ask glue how it's holding up, if it's tired of sticking things together or worried about falling apart or wondering how it will pay its bills next week. Kenji is kind of like that. Page 241. I have a heart, says science, but I'm a monster, says society. Ooh. Page 251. The ground looks around, its mouth gaping open at the injustice, the violence, the calculated ploys for power that stop for no one and nothing and are sated only by the blood of the weak, the screams of the unwilling. It's as if the earth thought to take a peek at what we've been doing all this time, and it's terrifying at just how disappointed it sounds. Page 252. The wind, the trees, the fallen leaves all slip and slide back into place with one giant inhalation, and everything stops, and for a moment I can't remember what it's like to live in a world that isn't falling apart. Page 263. The sun and the moon and the stars called and said, "Turn down the beaming, please, because you're making it hard for us to see." And I didn't listen. I just kept on beaming. Page 303 to 304. Because I look at him and wonder if maybe it's just me, maybe I'm naive, but I see layers, shades of gold and green in a person who's never been given a chance to be human, and I wonder if I'm just as cruel as my own oppressors if I decide that society is right, that some people are too far gone, that sometimes you can't turn back, that there are people in this world who don't deserve a second chance, and I can't help but disagree. I can't help but think that 19 is too young to give up on someone, that 19 years old is just the beginning, that it's too soon to tell anyone they will never amount to anything but evil in this world. I can't help but wonder that what my life would have been like if someone had taken a chance on me. So I back away, I turn to leave. I let him sleep. Warner, my boy Warner. Page 312. Just a moment, just 1 second, just one more minute. Just give me another hour or maybe the weekend to think it over. It's not so much, it's not so hard, it's all we ever ask for. It's the simplest request. But the moments, the seconds, the minutes, the hours, the days, and years become one big mistake. One extraordinary opportunity slipped right through our fingers because we couldn't decide, we couldn't understand, we needed more time, we didn't know what to do. We don't even know what we've done. I love this one. Page 325. Books, he says, pulling his boxer briefs up and re-zipping his pants, are easily destroyed. But words will live as long as people can remember them. Tattoos, for example, are very hard to forget. I think there's something about the impermanence of life these days that makes it necessary to etch ink into our skin, he says. It reminds us that we've been marked by the world, that we're still alive, that we'll never forget. I like Warner. Page 327. On the darkest days you have to search for a spot of brightness. On the coldest days you have to seek out a spot of warmth. On the bleakest days you have to keep your eyes onward and upward, and on the saddest days you have to leave them open and let them cry. To then let them dry. To give them a chance to wash out the pain in order to see fresh and clear once again. Nothing in this life will ever make sense to me, but I can't help but try to collect the change and hope it's enough to pay for our mistakes. Let's get metaphorical. It's like spending 6 months just trying to inhale. It's like forgetting how to move your muscles and reliving every nauseous moment in your life and struggling to get all the splinters out from underneath your skin. It's like that one time you woke up and tripped down a rabbit hole and a blonde girl in a blue dress kept asking you for directions, but you couldn't tell her. You had no idea. You kept trying to speak, but your throat is full of rain clouds, and it's like someone has taken the ocean and filled it with silence and dumped it all over this room. Page 372. I want to laugh one of those strange high-pitched delusional laughs that signal the end of a person's sanity, because this world, I think, has a terrible, terrible sense of humor. It always seems to be laughing at me, at my expense, making my life infinitely more complicated all the time, ruining all of my best-laid plans by making every choice so difficult, making everything so confusing. Page 379. We don't have to do anything at all to die. We can hide in a cupboard under the stairs our whole life and it'll still find us. Death will show up wearing an invisible cloak, and it will wave a magic wand and whisk us away when we least expect it. It will erase every trace of our existence on this earth, and it will do all this work for free. It will ask for nothing in return. It will take a bow at our funeral and accept the accolades for a job well done, and then it will disappear. Living is a little more complex. There's one thing we always have to do. Breathe. In and out, every single day, every hour and moment we must inhale whether we like it or not. Even as we plan to asphyxiate our hopes and dreams, still we breathe. Even as we wither away and sell our dignity to the man on the corner, we breathe. We breathe when we're wrong, we breathe when we're right. We breathe even as we slip off the ledge toward the early grave. It cannot be undone. So I breathe. Page 393. My fists are full of unlucky pennies, and my heart is a jukebox demanding a few nickels, and my head is slipping quarters, heads or tails, heads or tails, heads or tails or tails. Page 419. The world around us is a blurry landscape of blues and grays and mottled hues, and the few trees still standing have 100 shaky, quivering arms ripping through their trunks, reaching up to the sky as if in prayer, begging for relief from the tragedy they've been rooted in. It's enough to make me feel sorry for the plants and animals forced to bear witness to what we've done. The message from the sky is clear. We are pissed. We are pissed, and we will punish you, and we will make you pay for the blood you spill so freely. We will not sit idly by, not anymore, not ever again. We will ruin you, is what the sky says to us. How could you do this to me? It whispers in the wind. I gave you everything, it says to us. Last but not least, page 451. Life is seeping out of me, and it makes me think about death, makes me think about how short a life I lived and how little I lived it, how I spent most of my years cowering in fear, never standing up for myself, always trying to be what someone else wanted. For 17 years I tried to force myself into a mold that I hoped would make other people feel comfortable, safe, unthreatened. and it never helped. Okay, so that is Unravel Me. That was a little longer than I thought, so I'm going to just keep this as Unravel Me, and I'll go over to Ignite Me in the next one. So I hope you enjoyed. Those are my favorite quotes from this book. Those are a lot more than the next one, so